Oh man, oh me. I hate to make it seem like we're doing a complainy video, but it is kind of a complainy video. Maybe not just complain, but also a solution-oriented video. There's been a whole bunch of things wrong since this last patch, and it's terrible. One, the pathing has not changed at all. The pathing seems to be bad, if not worse than it previously was. We just had a game, that's why I'm making this rant, where we disconnected from the server, and a lot of people, supposedly according to Reddit, have been experiencing this bug where their plug just gets yoinked out and it's not working properly. Going into the map pool situation, so we all voted on the map pool, and I'm pretty sure, like I'm 95% sure, Haboob was not in the map pool, was it, Beeves? Or
No,
chat?
no.
So I don't think this map pool is actually valid, nor did it seem like the votes are really going through in a valid manner. The reason that I say that
All of the votes were still at 11 and 10%.
exactly is because the votes were at 11 or 12%, and I don't think that that was correct. Now, I think instead of making all of these DLCs as great as they are, and don't get me wrong, I love the new civilizations. I think Georgians add a whole bunch of additional playability, and Armenians as well. But I think us hardcore AoE2 enjoyers, which I obviously fall under, would be very, very happy to pay Microsoft some additional money to fix the key core issues of the game, being pathing, matchmaking. How great would it be is if you get disconnected, you could reconnect with a reconnect button. I'm just saying. In addition, having to invite your party, I know it's not a big deal, but it is so disrespectful to all of your players. You should instantly be in a group with your team after playing a game, and then people can leave from there. It's also bugged out of all belief. Half the time, if somebody drops, they're still in there, they're in the lobby, they're not in the lobby. It just seems like that needs to be sorted out, as well as obviously the map voting. The map voting, how they had it before, was totally fine. I don't know why they changed it, but maybe the ban system could be reworked to make it more favorable. Personally, I am a big proponent for picking the map that you want to play, and if you have to queue longer for it, then dag nabbit, so be it. I think that would add a lot more variation to the game, because you could queue up for these weird games, or maybe you could even show what games people are queuing for and have it be ranked. In Voobly, it was kind of like the lobby browser where you could just search and it would be ranked. Like now lobby games don't mean anything. Oh, that's hilarious. There's just a lobby named, yeah, okay, cool. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. Another thing that they added, which I just previously discussed, is they added microtransactions. I'm not big on microtransactions. I think out of principle, and I don't mind. I mean, I'm a full grown man. I'm 30 years old. I have additional income, but instead of buying a animated town center, firing on another town center, which is cool by the way, I feel like this should just be unlockables or something in that nature. If you want additional cash, Microsoft, it's fine. Just fix the game. I think that's what a lot of us are asking for. Start a GoFundMe. I know you're a multi-million dollar organization, but if you're that squeezed for cash, if it's that impossible to fix the pathing on a 20-year-old game, what are you doing? You're supposed to be cutting edge. I'm definitely gonna get kicked off of AoE2 for this commentary, but it needs to be said, and more people need to get behind this. And I'm not saying that all of my solutions are the perfect solutions. They need some tweaking and yada yada yada. Maybe you can't do the maps in this way, or maybe the pathing is more difficult than I'm anticipating, but get a larger team on it. I'm telling you, us hardcore AoE 2 players will support your endeavors. And if you really need a GoFundMe to get this done, if you give us a realistic timeline, I will happily send you $15, $20, $30 to fix these issues. I'm not even kidding. Beeves, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sit here and blame the developers because it's probably some asshole in finance at Microsoft who's cutting budget and
Yeah, it's
um,
like they want to squeeze pennies from this game by these microtransactions, and I agree with you 100%. It's not the devs' fault. The devs are not doing. They're probably most likely giving them the benefit of the doubt, doing what they can with the limited resources and personnel that they have available to them. What I'm saying is, stop being stingy, and you could actually make so much more money off of this game. Hire 5 or 6 more developers full time, fix these issues, and you have hundreds
yeah.
of thousands of players who are playing this game who are willing to give you cash money. Stop taking the easy way of making a quick buck from microtransactions, from new DLCs every 4 or 5 months without addressing the key issues. I'm not trying to assign blame. Maybe that came out wrong. I'm not trying to assign blame to anyone here. I'm just
Well,
trying
yeah,
to.
whatever is going on, and I appreciate the devs for coding archaic code the way that they're doing. But whatever they're doing, every time an update comes out, it's broken, and then there's a hot fix like a week later. And it just feels like the bugs lately have been so extreme that it's almost not playable. Like CMOS wouldn't even play during the relic bug exploit because if your opponent does exploit, you're just toast.
Yeah, the relic exploit was really bad
I
too, and we
could
saw
I
that like one
continued
patch
to
ago.
play, hoping that my opponents wouldn't abuse it. But this one, you don't even have really an option. Like the only thing that you can do is play a strat that gets over in 20 minutes because anything longer increases the probability of the game going to drop on you. So
Yeah. Hey, this.
at this point, it's like the game is better when they do nothing, because when they do stuff, they just introduce bugs. But if they do nothing, that means it won't make any more money, which means they'll stop supporting it altogether. So it's kind of like the
Double-edged sword.
yeah, this is what we have to put up with if we want the game to continue to develop. I also see people in chat that the devs are too worried about what the pros think. Like this new tech for the monks basically is because Hera cries. Every single stream Hera's crying about monks. Basically anytime a monk conversion didn't go his way, he cries. And now all of a sudden we have a new tech. Like I don't care what the pros think. Build a game that's fun. And
I see a lot of people saying that in the chat. Actually, fun first. Make sure that it's fun. Who cares? I wasn't blown away by, oh my gosh, now we have this new monk tech. I think for 95% of players, that tech isn't even relevant. Maybe more like 80 or 75%. Maybe it's a gross exaggeration, but I never pick up faith or heresy for that matter, unless I'm doing cannon galleons. So
I mean, it's Microsoft. They should have all of this information stored in a database. This is the era of big data and AI. They should be able to know and be like, okay, we have this tech called Faith, and it's only researched in 7% of games or whatever astronomically low percentage it is. And we have the world's #1 player complaining about how OP. Like, let's now make it so only 3% of the player base gets this tech.
I think it's funny. Supposedly, according to a credible source, Hera is now complaining. This is breaking news. Hera in his last video is now complaining about monks being trash. They nerfed them too hard. That's just kind of funny to me. Anyway, this video has
Yeah.
been way longer than it should be, but hopefully it gives some food for thought. And if you know a developer, give them a friendly pat on the back. They're doing the best that they can. Microsoft, please fix this. It's the game that we all love 20 years ago. Huge nostalgia factor. You have everything going for you. Stop dropping the ball. Pick up the pieces. Have the updates come out a little bit slower. It's okay with us. We want to just enjoy the game. The game, first and foremost, should be fun. And you really ruin the fun when you have game-breaking exploits such as relic exploits, when you don't have proper pathing, even at the pro level. That's terrible. When you're patrolling away and it's stuff moving towards the enemy units when it's not supposed to, that gives everybody a terrible, terrible feeling. Fix the pathing. Fix the map voting, because people are feeling like our voices are not heard on map drafts. And yeah, that's my 2 cents right there. Happy to pay for microtransactions if you're doing your job. Poop Lord out. Keep walking.